but it's just the beginning shortly graphic. Nope.
A storied program with a full trophy case to prove it. Lyman Eagle Volleyball is back to serve up another season of high-flying action. Catch every ace, block, dig, and kill when the Eagles are live on MyLocalRadio.com. The 2020 Lyman Volleyball season is underway, and the Eagles are set to make a splash in Cowboy State Volleyball. Lyman Volleyball on My Local Radio is brought to you by T-Bar S Body Shop, Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, Freeway Tire, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Come On In Casper, Black's Fork Dental, Achieve Sports Medicine. And now we take you courtside with Voice of the Valley, Cullen Holt, for live Eagles volleyball.
Good morning, volleyball fans, and welcome inside the middle school gym at Star Valley in Star Valley, Wyoming, as we are excited to bring you a matchup between the Eagles of Lyman High School and the Grizzlies of Grace High School. I'm Cullen Holt. You are watching live on MyLocalRadio.com and listening on KNYN 99.1, and we're so glad that you are. Once again, Lyman taking on Grace in the morning game of the Star Valley duels between two locations here at the middle school and over at Star Valley High School as well. We are just moments away from first serve, and in the meantime, we'll have our Eagle Volleyball pregame show. Brought to you by Big Country Properties, the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley. Whether you're looking to buy or sell property, call Bobby Dalzall today, 307-782-3556. Big Country Properties, we make it happen. We will hear from them. We will also hear from both coaches right here on the Big Country Properties pregame show and on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle Volleyball online at MyLocalRadio.com and on KNYN 99.1.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
And welcome back to the town of Star Valley and the Big Country Properties with broker Bobby Dalzall pregame show. I'm Cullen Holt. This is MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN. We've got a real good match coming up for you between Lyman and Grace High School out of Idaho, as the Eagles will have their first game of the season here at the Star Valley Duels in the morning set. The JV played right before this, and Lyman got a two-game sweep in a best-of-3 JV match against the Grace Grizzlies JV. So Lyman once again will have their first game of the season. A great chance for head coach Brisha Hansen to get a look at what her team is going to be like and hopefully see some good fundamentals as they get the 2020 campaign rolling here at the Star Valley Duels. For Grace, this is not their first game, as they had a match before this one. And yet here we are at the Star Valley Duels for the morning session. So that is the scene set here on the Big Country Properties pregame show. Big Country Properties serving clients in Uintah and Lincoln counties. Big Country Properties, we make it happen. Call Bobby Dalzall today, 307-782-3556. That's Big Country Properties. Coming up, we're going to hear from both coaches, including the head coach of the Grace Grizzlies, Heidi Stoddard, and, of course, the head coach of the Lyman Eagles, Brisha Hansen. That's all coming up on the Big Country Properties pregame show and on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagles Sports on MyLocalRadio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Back again at the middle school gym in Star Valley. This is the Star Valley Duels. And we're going to hear from both coaches right here on the Big Country Properties pregame show with Brooker Bobby Dalzell. We'll start you off with a few words from Grace head coach Heidi Stoddard about her team and how they've been getting ready for these duels and how they'll help them prepare. Although this is not their first game, this is another chance for them to get some preseason action. So words from Heidi Stoddard coming up next on this Big Country Properties pregame show. And a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Volleyball.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Black's Fork Dental, providing comprehensive dental services, everything from basic maintenance to dental implants. Call 307-782-3630.
And we're joined now by Heidi Stoddard, the head coach for Grace. And Coach, how excited are you? I mean, you've played one game already, but now the season continues. How excited are you for this full day of volleyball here?
Oh, it feels so good. We've been really worried about a season like everybody. So just the fact that we're here, we're playing, the kids are being able to get some more normalcy back in their life. We're excited.
What are you looking for from your team today? I mean, again, you guys play a couple games today. It's really a chance for you guys to improve here. We love coming here because these Wyoming teams are always really tough. Something that we really are working on is our blocking skills. We have some height this year, so we're excited and to be able to kind of put that to work. Coach, who are some of the players we should look out for today?
My middle, Manaya Clegg, she's one of my big hitters. And then I also have a couple freshmen that actually have moved up to play that I'm excited to see how well they do along the net.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so much and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
Big thank you to Heidi Stoddard for taking the time to speak with us before today's game. Like she said, they like coming over here and playing in these duels, whether it's Cokeville or Star Valley or some of these preseason tournaments to play the Wyoming teams because, like she said, they're always tough, and Wyoming volleyball really does have a lot of talent in it, and that includes the Lyman Eagles as we continue with the Big Country Properties pregame show on MyLocalRadio. I'm Cullen Holtz. Up next, we'll talk with Brescia Hansen and get you ready for this matchup on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio and KNYN.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway. And visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
And we're now joined by Lyman volleyball coach Brescia Hansen. And Brescia, thank you so much for taking the time. And how excited are you to get the season started?
We are pretty excited. We feel pretty fortunate to get to play this year.
Yeah, and we're so excited to watch you guys play. I know there are states that aren't having volleyball this year, and we are, so that's pretty cool. And I just wanted to ask you, what's Lyman volleyball going to look like this year? Because you had plenty of success last year. You made a run of the regional tournament. I mean, are there going to be a lot of returners? Is it going to be a similar team to last year, or are you guys going to look completely different?
We are going to look very similar to last year in terms of our personnel. We lost 3 seniors last year, and we have had some young kids step up and take their places. And but other than those 3 seniors, we have a lot of familiar faces returning, yeah.
So typically in the beginning of the season, you're playing in a lot of tournaments and a lot of invitationals, right, to get a feel for your team. Well, we don't have tournaments this year, but you guys will be at the duels at Star Valley, and you're going to play, I think it's 3 games in a row, right? So what are you looking for out of your team? What are some of your goals going into that day?
I mean, some of my goals are for us to get our kinks worked out. I've got several options for players to play in different positions, and I hope to get a decent look at all of those things so we can kind of figure out what we need to do, to smooth some bumps out this season. But yeah, I just hope my team can get in a rhythm. I know they've played a lot this summer, and they're just kind of chomping at the bit for some competition. So yeah.
Well, Coach, we're excited to watch you guys play on Saturday, and best of luck to you, and thanks for taking the time to chat with me.
Do you need starters for Grace as well?
Back on the Big Country Properties pregame show, thank you so much to Brescia Hansen for talking with us earlier this week about this upcoming big day of volleyball for them. Again, they play 3 times in a row, 9, noon, and 3. Those are the JV start times, and the varsity game gets going right after the JV. Again, the Lyman JV beat Grace in 2 sets in a best-of-3 match right before this one, and now you can see the Eagles warming up and getting ready to go against the Grizzlies here at the varsity level. So we're excited to bring you a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball as they open up the season against Grace right here at the Star Valley Duels. My name is Colin Holt, and you're watching the Big Country Properties pregame show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN 99.1.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Right back here at Star Valley Middle School for Lyman High School and Grace High School volleyball as the Eagles open up their season against the Grizzlies. And, well, the Eagles are hungry for some more success after getting a real good taste of it last year. And, I mean, again, this is a storied program, something like 4 championships in their history, and even one just a couple of years ago in 2018. So this is a team that knows what it's like to win games, and they're looking to continue success into this year. They went 21-14 last season in the 2019-20 school year. Made a run into the state regional tournament, finally losing to Mountain View to end the season. And for the Grace Grizzlies, they went 9-10 overall in that 2019 season. Grace High School out of Idaho, so playing against different opponents during league play, but these teams like to play each other quite a bit. And like Coach Stoddard said, Idaho teams like to come over to Wyoming because there's some pretty good volleyball competition over here, and Lyman is not an exception to that. So these Eagles ready to go. First game of the season is coming up. They'll take on the Grace Grizzlies as we continue the Big Country Properties pregame show right here on MyLocalRadio.com and then on the radio at KNYN 99.1. We appreciate you tuning in, and a big thank you to all of our sponsors as well that make all of this possible. Coach Brescia Hansen talked with us in the pregame, as did Grace High School coach Heidi Stoddard, and they both gave a preview of the season and what they're looking for. And a common thread that I heard from both of them is that, well, they're just looking for some good fundamentals, good transition, and from there they can build into the rest of the season. And it's really kind of trial by fire, especially for Lyman playing 3 games today to start the season. They're going to get a real good look at competition and really get some quality reps before moving on into the regular season and then into play within their class and just within Wyoming. So Lyman will open the season against Grace. We will have it live for you here on MyLocalRadio.com as the Big Country Properties pregame show continues on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com and Eagle Radio.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Buffaloes! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
And we're wrapping up the Big Country Properties pregame show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball. The Lyman Eagles finishing up their warm-ups. They will go up against the Grace Grizzlies out of Idaho to start the season and to start a long day of volleyball here at the Star Valley Duels for the Eagles. No better way to get their team ready for the regular season than to come to these duels and play some really talented teams like Grace. And so we got our first look at Lyman. We had Mountain View yesterday as we continue our coverage of Bridger Valley Volleyball, and Mountain View got the win 3-1 against the Evanston Red Devils. That game is available in its entirety on MyLocalRadio.com. Additionally, we had some Mountain View football last night as the Buffaloes scrimmaged against Green River and did a real nice job. They scored, I think it was 8 times against the Wolves of Green River. So that scrimmage is also available in its entirety on MyLocalRadio.com. Again, Lyman against Grace coming up here in just a few moments. As you can see, the Grizzlies getting ready with their pregame chant. And we are getting ready right here on MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN as well. Again, the Big Country Properties pregame show. Big Country Properties serving clients in Uinta and Lincoln counties. Big Country Properties, we make it happen. Call Bobby Dolezal today, 307-782-3556. And in just a moment, we will have the Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups for you on MyLocalRadio.com as the Lyman Eagles are set for first serve of this game and first serve of the season as well. There are the Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups. Bridger Valley Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. Eagles looking to come out strong in this one. As you can see the starting numbers there, Raven Heaton will start. The junior, the senior Brooklyn Walker will get the nod as well. Kenzie Sill, Bryce Hanson. The libero will be Charles E. Rose. And then Sage Bradshaw and Kendall Dickerson round out the rest of the starting lineup for the Eagles. We don't have pregame handshakes here, but we do have the pregame wave. So sportsmanship can still be shown in a socially distant manner. Lyman taking on Grace. This is the morning session of the Star Valley Duels here at the Star Valley Middle School. Eagles will be in action 3 times today. We have this first one live for you on MyLocalRadio.com and a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle Volleyball. Taking a look at the Benedict A scoreboard. This is set number 1. We are playing best of 5. Libero coming on for Lyman, and it is going to be Charles E. Rose, the junior. So the Grace Grizzlies will get this going again. Grace, 1 game already under their belt. Lyman will be opening the season. Libero on for the Grizzlies as well. That is Sarah Anderson. And so away we go. The first to serve in Lyman's 2020 volleyball season will come from Grace, and it will be Brooklyn Rigby doing the honors. So Rigby from the right side of the back line, jump serve, had a nice top spin to it, but here come the Eagles right back the other way. First attack of the season comes from Bryce Hanson. It's handled, and right back the other way with it is Sydney Smith for the Grizzlies. Trying to go over and hitting the net for Lyman was Kendall Dickerson, and the first point goes to Grace, 1-0 on the Benedict A scoreboard. Lyman with the serve receive. Up and over goes Bryce Hanson. Right back with it, Jillian Smith, and a little too long, misses the back line, and we are even at one apiece, and Lyman will serve for the first time. Back to serve, Brooklyn Walker, the senior, fires it over. It's a good serve, a diving dig for the Grizzlies, and an ace. They couldn't handle it off the outstretched arms of Sydney Smith. And so an ace. And another serve for Brooklyn Walker here following the ace. How about ace number 2? She goes right back to that same spot, far side of the court. Lyman Eagles on the right side from my perspective, wearing the white. And the Grace Grizzlies wearing the white with the red trim. That serve sent back over by the Grizzlies. This time they will set up Hanson near side, and she fires it down the line for a kill. And Bryce Hanson, first kill of the season for the Eagles, makes it a score of 4-1 in favor of Lyman. Another good serve from Brooklyn Walker. That time she went to the back line, so just a free ball over. Setting it up is Walker, outside for Hanson again, and that one is off the arms of Kylie Hulse. Into the ceiling and out. Another point for the Eagles. Their lead stretches to 4 on the Benedict A scoreboard, and still serving is Brooklyn Walker. Walker sends it over, and the attack comes from Jillian Smith, handled by Lyman. This time they go with a middle attack, and hammering it home is Kendall Dickerson. 6-1 on the Benedict A board. Lyman on top. Short serve, gets over for Walker, and they return it immediately. Grace with a tip that falls in, and a side out for the Grizzlies as they will serve down 6-2 Lyman on the Benedict A board. So the serve coming now from Navy Anderson. A good run of serving for Brooklyn Walker. Had 2 aces over the last 5 plays for Lyman. Hanson near side with a light tip. Grizzlies go down to the floor to get it. Punched over by Mania Clegg. And now a striding attack by Sage Bradshaw. Another punch attempt from Clegg, and that one doesn't make it over the net. So Lyman right back to serve now with a 5-point lead, up 7-2. And Bryce Hansen will serve. Good top spin. Serve, receive, and now a long over from the back row by Sarah Anderson. Free ball pass. That was Haley Blumel, I believe. This time they set up the middle again. Kendall Dickerson with a strong attack. It's handled, though, by Grace. Back row leaping kill, or attack, that is, by Kylie Hulse, and it goes out of play. Another point for the Eagles. They lead at 8-2. This time going short with it is Hansen on the serve. Attack from that far side for Mania Clegg. Lyman tips it over. Grace settles. Clegg again from the far side off the block. Touched by Brooklyn Walker and out of play. So point to the Grizzlies as they make a substitution. And on comes Haley Rigby. She will serve now for the Grizz. This is set number 1, best of 5. Lyman leading 8-3 on the Benedict Stace board. And the serve by Rigby. Attack, far side, Dickerson. A lot of power behind it, but it's handled. Now a back row attack, back over. Comes from Haley Rigby. Near side, Sage Bradshaw gets it over. Grizzlies lose it off the back line. And it's another point for the Eagles. They get the serve right back, leading 9-3 on the Benedict Stace board. And now Kendall Dickerson, who had a real nice run with a couple of good attacks, will take a seat. Dickerson, the junior, and now serving Charsley Rose. Serve, receive, and another back row over coming from Anderson. They set it up now for Bryce Hansen. Real good attack. They will have to soft over, and they do, sending it over with Sydney Smith. Another attack coming from Lyman. Sage Bradshaw gets it over. A diving save by Anderson to keep it alive, and the Grizzlies send it right back. Now opposite side for Lyman. Emma Nelson pokes it over. And that soft over is going to be off the top of the tape, falling on the Lyman side, and unable to get control of it with Sage Bradshaw. So it's point Grizzlies. And the Lyman lead is down to 5 on the Benedict Stace board. Substitutions for Grace now coming. Melody Stratman will come on. As will Courtney Donaldson, and Donaldson will be back to serve for the Grizzlies. So Donaldson puts it up. Set by Walker, and the over by Bradshaw finds its way home. Double digits now for Lyman as they lead at 10-4 on the Benedict Stace board. Caroline Bradshaw will be back to serve, the sophomore, wearing number 3 for the Eagles with the black neck gaiter around her neck. Near side, this one poked up and is going to land out of bounds. It was a good attempt to get it over by Mania Clegg, but it just didn't fall accurately. 11-4 goes the lead for the Eagles, and Bradshaw serves again. They set it up, this time for Clegg, and she fires it out of play on an attack. Another point for Lyman, as going to get it is Raven Heaton. So Raven Heaton serving for the Lyman Eagles. This time they set up the far side for the Grizzlies. Kylie Hulse got it over, and now just a push from the back row for Charsley Rose. And she can't get it to fall within the boundaries. So a 12-5 lead for the Eagles. And the libero for the Grizzlies will serve now. Sarah Anderson back for Grace. This one falls short and falls in the near sideline. A little bit of a miscommunication between the front row and back row between Kenzie Sill and Sage Bradshaw. Either way, it's point Grace. So the over for Anderson. They set it up for Bradshaw. She gets it over. Near side, a poke off the block. Lyman keeps it alive. Anderson fires off the block. Kept in for the moment, and Grace will try the over. It goes into the net. Near side, Grizzlies had a little trouble handling it. 13-6 the lead for the Lyman Eagles as Sage Bradshaw serves. Far side attack for Navy Anderson, and it goes into the net. and down on the Grizzlies side. Another serve coming for Bradshaw and the Eagles as they lead by 8. This is set number 1, best of 5. And that serve just a bit off the mark. As Grace gets the serve back, this time serving from that far side. Kylie Hulse gets it over. Set up by Walker to the near side for Hanson. She drills it home. 15-7 Eagles. Mackenzie Sill will serve now for Lyman. Gets it over. Deep into the back row. And a far side attack goes into the net for Jillian Smith. The Lyman lead now stretches to 9 in set number 1. Strong serve over Kenzie Sill. Grace reeling, good block by Lyman. Grace has to reset now. Back row over, coming from Hulse. This time they will set up the back row for Lyman. Sage Bradshaw fires it. Good dig on the back row by Anderson as Grace gets it back over. And a good punch by the setter, Brooklyn Walker, to try to catch Grizzlies off guard, but it's a bit too long as it misses past the out of bounds. 16-8 the lead for Lyman on the Benedict States board. Substitutions for both teams. Libero comes on for the Eagles. That's Chelsea Rose. And Brooklyn Rigby will serve now for the Grizzlies from Grace. Her team down 8. Walker sets up near side. Hanson, strong attack. One touch back over for the Grizzlies. They'll go right back to Hanson. This time soft touch, tips it. And now they set up near side. The Grizzlies do, and putting it over and down is Navy Anderson. Pulls the Grizz within 7. Here in set number 1. Rigby, second serve. Along that near side, it's received by Hanson, and then Hanson gets it back off the set, and she puts it away with a kill. Lead back to 8 for the Eagles, 17-9 on the Benedict States board in set number 1, and back to serve is Brooklyn Walker for the Eagles. Walker, Rose, and Bradshaw make up the back row for the Eagles, and there's a service ace for Brooklyn Walker. One touch and out of play. Another point for the Eagles. They've doubled up. Grace now 18-9 on the Benedict States board. Second serve coming from Walker. To the back line. Libero touches it first. That's Anderson. Pushed over. Lyman will handle it. Walker sets up. Far side. They go with it to Emma Nelson. Set back over. And here come the Eagles in transition again. Hanson near side. Fires it across court. One touch for Sydney Smith and out of play. Point Lyman. They lead by double digits now, 19-9 on the Benedict States board. More serving coming from Brooklyn Walker. Walker up and over. Back row pass to get it across, Navy Anderson. Walker sets it up for the Eagles. Here comes Hanson. Hard attack off the side of the block and out. Another point for the Eagles. Brings their total to 20. Walker still serving. Line drive serve. Pushed up in the air by Rigby and over by the Grizzlies. Walker just goes with a tip. Get it back over for Lyman. Strong attack coming. Sydney Smith, and Lyman comes back over. Soft touch and down for Emma Nelson. Eagles continue their run, and still serving will be Walker. One of 3 seniors on this varsity roster for the Eagles. Walker, Nelson, and Sill. Serve received by Smith. They're going to go back to Smith for the attack. It's off the top of the block and out. Grace finally gets a much-needed side out. They trail by 11 on the Benedict States board in set 1. And subbing on to replace the libero will be Mania Clegg, as back to serve is Navy Anderson. Anderson up and over. Walker sets up. Hanson near side. And it was just a little too far out in front of her. She couldn't reach it before it ran into the net. Another point for the Grizzlies. And second serve coming for Navy Anderson. Anderson up and over. Serve received by Bradshaw. Walker sets up middle. Dickerson, hard attack and a kill. 22-11 on the Benedict Sace board. Strong serve from Hansen. Back over, Hansen tried to make a diving stop, but a good kill by the Grizzlies, and instead she just touches it out of play. So 22-12 now the lead. Served by the Grizzlies. Into the net. So 23-12. Charles E. Rose will serve it for Lyman. Into the net, 23-13 now the lead. Service for Courtney Donaldson. Walker sets up far side. Sydney Smith goes cross court with it. Puts it away. Set point number one coming for the Eagles. 24-13 on the Benedict Sace board. Served by Raven Heaton. Serve receive. They set up and go to Clegg. Clegg gets it over, and they say Lyman with a net infraction. The lead is down to 10 for the Eagles, 24-14 in set number one. Walker sets up middle. That was Hansen. She just had to push it over. A little bit of a miscommunication, but it worked out for the Eagles. And then a back row attack goes out of play by Haley Rigby. That will bring an end to the first set, a final of 25-14. The Eagles take set number one. And they'll be in the driver's seat going into the second set. You're watching Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com. When we come back, we'll have set number two for you on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit MyLocalRadio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
Back again at the gymnasium at Star Valley Middle School. The Lyman Eagles are leading by a set, 1-0, after taking the first set by a score of 25-14, and a real good series in that set for Bryce Hansen, the junior. A few good kills already in this one, as well as Brooklyn Walker with a few rotations to serve. She racked up a few aces as well. So the Lyman Eagles already off to a good start. They lead 1-0. They stay on the right side of the court in the white with the blue numbers, whereas Grace will be on that left side. White jerseys with the red trim and the gray numbers. Back to serve is none other than Brooklyn Walker to start things off in the second set. Walker waiting for everyone to get situated here. Again, Lyman up by a set on the Benedict Say scoreboard. My name is Colin Holt. You're watching live on MyLocalRadio.com and listening on KNYN 99.1. So again, for Lyman, this is their first game of the season. Grace, this is their second game. So we are really early on in the high school volleyball year, and I'm sure a lot of these coaches are still trying to figure out who are going to be their go-tos, who's going to be the staple of their team going forward, and what do they have to work on in practice as they move into league play and interclass play as well. Again, Walker is ready to serve, and I think they're trying to get the rotation figured out here. And I think Lyman's rotation was off just a little bit, so they're going to switch Raven Heaton in for Emma Nelson. And that should get everything situated here. And now they can substitute back in Emma Nelson for Raven Heaton. And Heaton was excited to play front line there. Front row, that is. But anyways, Walker will serve, and we are underway in set number 2. And it's another ace for Walker. Trying to go down and dig it out with Sydney Smith, but topspin was just a little too much heat on that one. Walker serves again. 1-0 Eagles, and that one goes into the net. So just like that, we're all level at 1 apiece between Lyman and Grace on the Benedict Ace board. And Navy Anderson will serve for the Grizzlies, going left to right. Service is off. Serve receive by Sage Bradshaw. They set up Hansen with the attack, and Hansen puts it away. Off the wrist of Kylie Holson out. And now Hansen serves for the Eagles. Hansen drills it down. The libero with the serve receive. They send up to the far side for Mania Clegg, and she goes into the net. 3-1 Eagles on the Benedict Ace board. Hansen still serving. Lets it fly. This time she goes short with it. Grace is able to collect it. And now just a set attempt over for Clegg. Comes up short into the netting. And another point for the Eagles. Hansen still serving. Again, the receive by Anderson, the libero. This time they set up near side. Soft pass over for Jillian Smith. Lyman going right back to it. Emma Nelson with the over. Grace, strong attack. Sydney Smith goes off the block and down. And the Grace Grizzlies trail by 2. Haley Rigby back to serve. So Rigby over. Punched up in the air by Walker and over by Emma Nelson. Making something out of nothing for the Eagles. Grizzlies right back over. This time the set comes from Nelson. The over is blocked, and there's a jousting match at the net. Lyman trying to set up in transition. It's tipped over, and a good tip at that by Sage Bradshaw. The Grizzlies headed toward the scorers table. They couldn't get it over in 3 or fewer hits, and so it's point Lyman. Kendall Dickerson Lets it fly for the Eagles. Libero comes up to get it. Anderson, and the Grizzlies can't get it over. Another point for the Eagles. They lead 6-2 on the Benedict Sace board. Dickerson serving for Lyman. Back row, now trying to get it forward. The back row attack comes from Sarah Anderson. Walker tries to set up near side. Sage Bradshaw, it's blocked. Lyman trying again. This time they go opposite side. Poked over by Emma Nelson. Grizzlies with a long over that falls short and hits the ground. It was an overpass that had a little bit of a spin to it, and it fell shorter than Lyman was expecting, just on the other side of the net. And the Grizzlies get a point out of it, trailing by 3, 6-3 on the Benedict Sace board. And back to serve now for Grace is Courtney Donaldson. Donaldson, line drive over the net. Walker, middle attack, ends up being a poke by Sage Bradshaw, and it's a smart one at that as it finds its way to the floor. 7-3 Eagles. And Raven Heaton will serve. Heaton, top spin. Anderson receives for the Grizzlies. They go near side. Clegg just tries to set it over, and a real good block by Sage Bradshaw. Even she seems surprised at how well she was able to control that one at the net. Bradshaw wins the battle, and another point for the Eagles. Heaton over, top spin received by Hulse. Set up Clegg, hard attack, but a good dig coming from Heaton. Over is blocked, off the hand of Nelson. Lyman having a little trouble on the front row, but they get things situated as they get it over. And another attack that whistles out of play by Kylie Hulse. Was it touched on the way? No, it was not. Another point for the Eagles. Heaton will continue to serve, 9-3. And Lyman's still laughing about the collision that happened on the near side between what I believe was Charsley Rose and Sage Bradshaw. Back over by the Grizzlies after the serve by Heaton. And the Lyman Eagles get it back over. So Grizzly attack here. Hulse, good dig by Heaton. Over by Bradshaw with the pass. This time they'll set up to the middle. And a soft push from Melody Stratman. And the Eagles can't handle it far side. It goes into the bleachers. Point for the Grizzlies. 9-4 the score on the Benedict Sace board in favor of Lyman. And it's Sarah Anderson back to serve for Grace. Anderson up and over. Serve received. Charles E. Rose. Back row attack for Bryce Hansen is a good one. Grizzlies handle it. They come right back with it. Haley Rigby. Now they set up near side. Eagles with Bradshaw coming after it. Off the block and down to the hardwood. So another point for Lyman. They lead by 6 now on the Benedict Sace board here in set number 2. Lyman took the first set 25-14, so they lead in sets 1-0. Bradshaw with the serve. Near the back line, Haley Rigby went to get it. It is pushed over by Anderson. Walker sets up near side. Hansen is blocked, and it goes down despite a diving attempt by Bradshaw. Group effort on the block for the Grizzlies. They trail by 5 here in the second set. And a substitution for Grace as on comes Jillian Smith. Serving, Kylie Hulse. Lands just behind the 10-foot line. Over by Hansen. It's a good one at that, and it's a kill. 11-5 Eagles as Dickerson rotates back in. And Kenzie Sill will have a seat. Back to serve, Charles Rose. Rose, long running start on the jump serve. She gets it over. It's a good one. Grizzlies come back with an attack from Jillian Smith. Off the roof, Walker was able to touch it, and a diving play by Heaton to get it back over with one hand. Grace, the over comes from Anderson. Grizzlies now in transition. Anderson, tip by Hansen. Grizzlies handle it. Now they have a free ball that just makes it over. Sliding in to get it is Bradshaw. Walker passes it up, and a standing attack from Hansen finds its way to the floor after a diving touch by Sarah Anderson for the Grizzlies. And it is 12-5 after a good rally from Lyman. And the highlight being Raven Heaton getting it with the right hand on that far side. Another long running start on the jump serve from Charlie Rose. Rose on the attack has a good dig, but it's too far out of the reach of her teammates as it heads to the back corner of the gym. Point goes to the Grizzlies, down 12-6. And here's Brooklyn Rigby. Off the top of the tape and over. Walker sets up Dickerson near side. Hard attack. And it's a kill for Dickerson. Kylie Holst didn't have a chance with that one. And now Walker back to serve. She's had a real good match, the serving line for Lyman already. Upwards of 5 aces. From the back row, that time it is Sarah Anderson for the Grizzlies getting it over. And Lyman with a lift as they just couldn't handle it. Everybody converging on that back row, and somebody tried to put it up the wrong way. So here's Navy Anderson. Up and over. Along the back line, it was received by Rose. Dickerson with the attack, and that one is just a bit long. Point Grizzlies, 13-8 Lyman on the Benedict Stace scoreboard. Serve over was received by Bradshaw. Dickerson softly over. One touch right back to Lyman's side. And now it's Walker with the no-look tip, and nobody was home for the Grizzlies. So Lyman back to serve, up 6. It will be Hansen at the serving line from that far side. Hansen fires it, trying to hunt down the back corner. It was received by Smith, and now a back row attack by Sarah Anderson. On the Lyman side, Bradshaw puts it up. Dickerson, a lob shot to the back line. Grizzlies will have to just pass it over. Walker sets up near side. Bradshaw, long attack is too long and out of play. The lead is 5 now for Lyman in set number 2, and hold on a second. Point going to Lyman after the infraction by Grace. And it was a touch on the way out. That one was headed out anyways, but skimmed across one of the Grizzlies on the way. That was a good topspin serve that dropped in just on the other side of the net by Sage Bradshaw. Comes back to Lyman's side. Walker, Bradshaw. The attack is set up by Kylie Hulse. And here comes Jillian Smith back for the Grizzlies. Walker passes it up. Bradshaw goes cross court, and it's one touch for Kylie Hulse and under the net. Point Eagles. As Hansen will serve for Lyman. Up 16-8 on the Benedict Stace board in set number 2 with Lyman leading 1-0. Serve receive for Anderson for the Grizzlies. Clegg far side. Hard attack. Just misses long, and the Eagles will net another point, 17-8. Hansen continues to serve. Hansen high toss, jump serve. Sarah Anderson, and they'll just have to over it with a pass from Sydney Smith. Walker sets middle. Dickerson off the top of the block. Sarah Anderson has it for the Grizzlies. They set up near side now. Jillian Smith into the net. Point Eagles. Again, Eagles on the right side. Grizzlies on the left. With the white headband, that's Hansen serving it. Topspin finds the back line, received by Jillian Smith. Clegg with a hard attack. Good dig by Charlie Rose, and it's just pushed over by Hansen. Clegg again, this time goes tip with it. Bradshaw is there waiting, and Lyman, back row attack. Hansen off the block and out. Point Eagles. And Hansen will serve again. So Bryce Hansen having a good game. Another kill for her. Hansen, jump serve. That was a missile over the net. This is a tip. Dickerson gets it up. Walker with a pass. Another back row attack for Hansen. It's off the block and out. And Bryce Hansen back-to-back kills. .12-point lead for the Eagles. 20-8 on the Benedict's board, and another good serve by Hansen. Boy, those are loud when they get received on the other side. Back over for the Grizzlies. Bradshaw to Walker to Hansen again. She was looking to touch the back line, and it just put just a bit too much on it. 20-9 the lead now for Lyman as Grizzlies get a much-needed side out, and it's going to be Haley Rigby with the serve for the Grizzlies. Rigby over. Received by Rose. Walker, long set over to Bradshaw near side. Dug up by Sarah Anderson for the Grizzlies. Far side attack. Sydney Smith gets it over. Bradshaw one touch right back to the Grizzlies side of things. Anderson in the air. Clegg, back row attack. Upped by Hanson. Bradshaw over, and she finds a blank spot in the middle of the court. 21-9 on the Benedict Ace board. Lyman leads, and Dickerson will be back to serve. Lyman took set number 1. They're up by 12 in set number 2. 4 points away from taking this set as well. Off the serve, it's an attack by Kylie Hulse, handled by Lyman. Walker sets up middle for Nelson. Clegg right back over and into the net. So Clegg puts it into the net, and the Eagles get the point, 22-9. Dickerson serving again. Back row received by Sydney Smith, and Grace can't get it over. It was Smith to Rigby. And now the Eagle lead is 23-9. 1 point away from set point. Dickerson's serve. This one set up near side. Clegg too far and out of bounds, and it's set point number 1 for the Eagles. Already up 1-0. Dickerson will serve again. Dickerson from the far side of the serving line just didn't time her jump correctly and couldn't get the serve off as she comes up just a little bit short. Tossed the ball for the jump serve and didn't give it enough air, so her jump was off and the serve went downhill from there. But a good stretch of serving for her as the Grizzlies will serve for Lyman's set point. Walker sets it up for Bradshaw. Cross court is dug up, and now a strong attack by Kylie Hulse. Good dig for the Eagles, but they can't get it over. It was a nice job of going down and getting it for Chelsea Rose. But it doesn't net a point for Lyman, as the score now is 24-11. And serving for the second time is Courtney Donaldson. Over, received by Bradshaw. Walker will just tip it. Grizzlies were ready for it, but maybe not quite ready enough as Clegg had to play it close to the net and couldn't handle it. They couldn't get it over. It's 25-11, and that is set number 2 taken by the Eagles. So they take a commanding 2-0 lead in the sets column as we go to set number 3. Right here on MyLocalRadio.com. Eagles leading 25-11 on the Benedict Ace board as you are tuned in to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com and Eagle Radio.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Buffaloes! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Back again at Star Valley Middle School. We've got Lyman leading by 2-0. Another good set in set two as the Eagles took it 25-11. A good stretch of kills for Bryce Hansen. Some more good serving from Brooklyn Walker. We will have the third set for you when we come back on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Buffaloes! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Lyman is on the court and ready to go for set number 3 after taking set number 2 by a score of 25-11 there on the Benedict A scoreboard. We reset it as the Eagles lead 2-0 right here on MyLocalRadio.com and Eagle Radio KNYN 99.1. Well, if you're as interested in Bridger Valley athletics as I am, then you might want to tune into a couple of Mountain View broadcasts we had yesterday. Volleyball in the morning with a win over Evanston. Football in the evening with a scrimmage against Green River in which, well, if it had been a game, they would have won. They scored about 8 touchdowns. And they looked really good. Bunch of new faces that'll be in the starting lineup for the Mountain View Buffaloes. And then when it comes to Lyman football, we'll have them live on Thursday as they play at home against Rollins. That'll be on MyLocalRadio.com. Super excited to bring you some Lyman football after a big win last night on the road. Got in the bus and traveled a ways to Malad, Idaho to get the win. So we're excited about Lyman football as well. But Lyman volleyball in good position against Grace as the Grizzlies will serve it to start set number 3. Eagles up 2-0 on the Benedict Ace board, and the serve coming from Sarah Anderson for the Grizzlies. Walker sets up middle. Hansen with authority. And an early kill for the Eagles. Brooklyn Rigby was standing in the path of that attack. Poor thing couldn't handle it. And I say poor thing not because she's not good at receiving attacks, but just because Bryce Hansen had a really good beat and plenty of time to get power behind that one. Far side, they tried to set it up for Emma Nelson, but just put it too far out wide for her. She couldn't get to it, and so it's point Grizzlies as the Lyman Eagles couldn't return the serve. Haley Rigby. On the back line for the Grizzlies. Back over Hansen. Walker right back to Hansen. Back row. Sarah Anderson digs it. Over for the Grizzlies by Sydney Smith. And now a pass over from Emma Nelson for the Eagles. Grizzlies right back in transition. That attack by Hulse is touched and out. And for the first time in this match, the Grizzlies have a lead, 2-1. So we are in set number 3. Grace up 2-1. Service by Rigby. Jump serve over. Back row. Bradshaw with the receive. Walker sets up. Hansen kneels near side. Her attack is handled by Sarah Anderson. Grizzlies coming right back the other way. Sydney Smith is blocked, and the Grizzlies will have to go at it again. This time trying to get it over, and doing so successfully is Kylie Hulse. 3-1 Grace. And the Grizzly offense has started to come to life here. And some good serving, too, by Haley Rigby. So Rigby out of play. And an ace for Rigby. One touch and out. Scoreboard here says 5-1 in favor of the Grizzlies. And we have it on the Benedict Ace scoreboard. Rigby over near side. Hansen went down to get it. Walker with a pass up. Hansen, tough angle to try that attack, and she couldn't get it to go anywhere but into the net. She was moving to her left at the time and just couldn't get enough air to try to put it back over the net. So another serve for Haley Rigby. Rigby gets it over. Hansen on the serve receive. Tipped over, and finding a vacant spot in the middle of the court is Walker, the setter. She's had quite the game, setting up her hitters on the outside. A few really smart tips and also some good serving for her as well. Speaking of people who are having good games, here's Bryce Hansen with the serve for the Eagles. Grizzlies set up Clegg, coming over, blocked by Dickerson and down. Point Eagles, and they trail by 3 now on the Benedict Ace board. Hansen serves again. Bryce up and over. In the air, Haley Rigby, outside attack by Hulse, and now it's poked over by Bradshaw for the Eagles. Miscommunication as that one was set up by Kylie Hulse. Coming around behind was Brooklyn Rigby, and they ran into each other, so no over for the Grizzlies. 6-4, Grace leads as Hansen serves again for the Eagles. Serve received for the Grizzlies. It will be a soft pass over. Haley Rigby. Walker going to set up outside. Bradshaw, good running start. It is tipped and out of play. Punched off the hand of Brooklyn Rigby. This time Hansen goes short with the serve. Coming in to receive it was Smith. Grizzlies blocked on the over. Again, Dickerson says no at the net. And Hansen will serve again as the Eagles are coming roaring back. They trail by just 1 now as it's tied on the Benedict Ace scoreboard. And Hansen with the ace. Grizzlies couldn't even get a touch, so 7-6 Eagles. Hansen over. And they're going to call a rotation violation against the Grizzlies to make it 8-6 Eagles. Hansen got a free point now. She serves again. This one's going to be a bit short. She just tried to drop it in on the other side of the net, ended up dropping it in on her own side of the net, and now the Grizzlies trail by 1. 8-7 Eagles on the Benedict Ace board. And into the game and back to serve is Courtney Donaldson. Donaldson from the near side. Right-handed serve coming over, just over the tape. Bradshaw with the receive. Walker, back row. Hansen puts a little top spin on it and gets it to go. Point Eagles. And now back to serve, Charlesie Rose. Long running start on the jump serve. It's a good one. Dug up, and Clegg puts it into the net on the attack attempt. So Charlesie Rose back to serve again. She starts right up against the back wall. And she starts facing away from the court. That gives her a little time to run almost in an arc. So she gets more momentum into the jump serve, and there's a lot of speed on that serve as well. Lots of velocity. Attack for the Grizzlies from the far side. Kylie Hulse gets it to go. And a side out for the Grizzlies. 10-8 the lead for Lyman on the Benedict Ace board. Checking into the game and heading to the line to serve is Cambry Matthews. Matthews gets it over. Bradshaw with the receive. Walker going after it. Sets up middle. A joust to the net won by the Grizzlies. And now the Eagles will have a long over. And it's done by Emma Nelson. Grizzlies set up in transition. Here comes Hulse. Long attack is too long and out of play. Point for Lyman. Substitution for the Eagles as Heaton comes on for Nelson. And Grace will have one as well. Clegg checks in just for the moment to get the libero on. That's Sarah Anderson. And now Heaton will be serving for the Eagles. To the back row, received by Rigby. They set up near side. Hulse gets it over. Dug up by Hansen. And now just pushed over by Charlesie Rose. Walker sets it up, back row. Hansen fires. Diving dig by Anderson, but she pushes it up and into the bleachers, and it's a point for the Eagles. 12-8 the lead on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard. Heaton to serve. Heaton fires it. Anderson receives. This set goes near side. Hulse over. Heaton dives on the far side to try to get it on the cross-court attack, and she is not successful. So Hulse will serve now for the Grizzlies. They trail by 3 on the Benedict's Ace board here in set number 3, with Lyman leading 2-0. And Hulse misfires on the serve into the near side of the netting. Lead goes to 13-9 Lyman, and now Bradshaw will be serving for the team with the white jerseys and the blue lettering. Sage Bradshaw, the sophomore, from the middle of the back line. Lofts this one over. Anderson with the receive. Attack coming. And the other Anderson, Navy Anderson, puts it over and out of play. So another serve for Bradshaw. Her team up 5 in the third set. Bradshaw running start. Jump serve. Sarah Anderson on the receiving end for the Grizzlies. Melody Stratman puts it over. And now Hansen with the attack and down for the Eagles. Bryce Hansen does it again. And the Eagle lead is 6 in the third set as Lyman is chasing a sweep. Man, they were down by 5 at one point. Early in this set, they have come roaring back, or if they're Eagles, I guess screeching back. Bradshaw over, finds the back corner, pushed to the back line, and the Eagles couldn't handle it. So a real smart play there for what I believe was Navy Anderson. And the score goes 15-10 Lyman. As back to serve is Brooklyn Rigby. Rigby over with it. Received by Bradshaw. Walker passes it up. Hansen able to just punch it over. And now here come the Grizzlies. Back row attack for Sarah Anderson. Heaton digs it up. And Walker sets up Hansen. Hansen puts it away. Seems to be a common thread. Walker feeding her outside hitter, specifically Bryce Hansen, and them getting the job done with some pretty big swings. Serve now for Kenzie Sill, and that one is out. Point Grizzlies. Eagles lead is 5. And now Sarah Anderson will serve for Grace. Anderson up and over. Bradshaw, Walker sets up Dickerson off the top of the block and down. Just out of the reach of Sarah Anderson for the Grizzlies. And Dickerson comes up with the kill, 17-11 on the Benedict's Ace board. And now Brooklyn Walker, who is real good from the serving line, is back to serve for the Eagles. That one on a rope over Anderson on the receiving end of it. Jillian Smith gets it over for the Grizzlies. Hansen with an attack. It's a hard one. One touch off the roof, which means that even though it got back over to Lyman's side, it will be point Eagles, and Walker will serve again. Lots of talent on this entire roster for the Eagles. Walker over. Sarah Anderson on the serve receive. Back row. Attack is too long from Cindy Smith. 19-11 now the lead for Lyman. Walker lets it fly again. This time she goes short with it. Popping it up, Sydney Smith. Over from Clegg. Bradshaw receives it. Walker will set up middle. Dickerson. It is blocked. Eagles get it back up, though. This time they set up Hansen. She goes cross-court to the back corner where it's dug up by Hulse. And a little pump over by Jillian Smith. Walker tries to tip it. Diving dig. Here comes Grace. And another tip. That time by Grace. It's successful. Sydney Smith puts it up and over and down. That's the Lyman lead to 7. And now Haley Rigby on to serve. And into the net it goes for Haley Rigby. 20-12. Hansen will serve for the Eagles. 5 points away from a clean sweep here. And she stepped over the line and the jump serve. Threw that ball just a little too far out in front of herself. and then couldn't catch up with it to get it over the net. So she stepped in front of the line, and that's a serving violation. Courtney Donaldson will serve now. Donaldson over. The libero, Rose, was there for it. They set up Bradshaw, and she goes into the net, facing 2 blockers from the Grizzlies. And another serve for Donaldson. Her team down 6 in set number 3. Rose gets it up. Walker, back set. Dickerson put too much power behind that one, and she misses long. Point Grace. Grace High School out of Idaho trying to salvage a set here in set number 3, down 5 to the Eagles of Lyman. Rose gets it up. Walker sets middle. Attack by Nelson gets over, and the Grizzlies will have a back row attack from Sarah Anderson. Hanson gets it up. Walker, back row attack. Hanson dug up by Anderson for the Grizzlies. Another back row attack. Rigby gets it over and out. And the Eagles with another point. Here comes Rose again with that long approach on the jump serve. Again, she faces away from the court so she can do an arc as she approaches the line. To have just a little extra time to approach the jump serve. It's over. Anderson has it go off her shoulder, and a back row attack punched down by Melody Stratman. Bradshaw trying to go right back over for the Eagles. She goes cross court. Good touch there on the dig by what looked like to be Haley Rigby. Eagles right back over. Rigby trying to chase it down. They go back, and into the wall, and the Eagles will get the point. And now Rose will serve again. Rose up and over. Sarah Anderson serve receive. They set up middle for a tip from Stratman. It's blocked, but they get it over on the second attempt. Walker sets up back row. Hanson tipped and out. Eagles 23-15 on the Benedict Sayce board here in set number 3. They've already won the first 2 sets, looking to go 3 in a row and sweep Grace in game number 1 of 3 games today for Lyman. We'll just have this one for you live. And Rose puts it up and over, 2 points away from taking the set. Set it up far side for Kylie Hulse, and she gets the kill. So now back to serve as she comes into the game is going to be Cambry Matthews. Well, we said we won't have the rest of the Lyman games live on this portion of MyLocalRadio.com, but it will be live if you want to watch it. As Bradshaw with a nice attack from the near side. She goes all the way across and gets the kill, and now it's set point for the Eagles. Again, the Rich Rebels will be taking on Lyman here in this gym, and MyLocalRadio's Matthew Peterson will have that live on MyLocalRadio.com and on KADQ. So if you want some more Eagle volleyball today, you can tune into him and the Rich Rebel broadcast. But this is it from the Bridger Valley sports aspect. And the Eagles looking for a sweep. That's a good block. They get it over and out. And a strong block by Bradshaw is a good way to seal a sweep for the Eagles. And that's going to be the match. So Lyman gets a block from Bradshaw, and that is how the match comes to a close in sweeping fashion for Lyman. 25-14, 25-11, 25-16 the final scores from this one. Lyman starts the season 1-0. They'll take on Rich at noon. Then they have another game at 3 p.m. as well here at the Star Valley Duels. So a long day of volleyball for the Eagles, and they're looking to find some more success like they had against Grace. Man, all the way down the starting lineup, everybody looked good. Raven Heaton from the serving line. Brooklyn Walker setting up her outside hitters as well. I mean, everybody contributing, and of course, Bryce Hanson with a lot of kills. We will take a break. When we come back, we have got the post-game show for you. 25-16 the final in set number 3. A clean sweep for Lyman. Back with more on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com and Eagle Radio.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Black's Fork Dental, providing comprehensive dental services, everything from basic maintenance to dental implants. Call 307-782-3630.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Back again at Star Valley Middle School after a big sweeping win for the Lyman Eagles against the Grace Grizzlies. And that right there is the final score from set number 3, 25-16. As the Eagles do it in 3 sets. And that brings us into the post-game show right here on Eagle Radio and MyLocalRadio.com, a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball. And that brings up the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Lyman winning in 3 sets by scores of 25-14, 25-11, and 25-16 in this one. Again, strong efforts from pretty much everybody in the starting lineup. Raven Heaton from the serving line, Brooklyn Walker setting and also serving. She had a good handful of aces in this one. Bryce Hansen with a number of kills that we couldn't even count. Charles E. Rose doing a good job of digging the attacks from the Grizzlies, and then Kendall Dickerson with a couple of really key blocks late in this match and some strong attacks as well. So the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. Again, Lyman with a clean sweep over Grace. That was game number 1 of the season, so Coach Brescia Hansen's got to feel pretty good about having an undefeated team thus far, but they take on the Rich Rebels coming up at noon. Again, you can watch that on MyLocalRadio.com. It'll be the Rich Rebels broadcast with the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson from MyLocalRadio.com. That's going to do it for the Bridger Valley for today. We'll be back on Thursday with that broadcast of Lyman football. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the roundup calendar. We also have the McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game coming up on the Eagle Volleyball post-game show. This has been your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all the natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. 113 Front Street, Evanston. That's Jimmy John's. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball. I'm Cullen Holtz, and there's more to come on the postgame show when we return.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Buffaloes! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
That is a live look at the Star Valley Middle School Gymnasium on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle Volleyball after they swept Grace in their first game of the season. To start off the Star Valley duels, they will be facing off against the Rich Rebels. That game, well, the JV game of that matchup was supposed to start at noon, but I believe that Rich Rebel game over in the other gym against Star Valley is still ongoing, which means we will have some sort of updated start time for you. But again, that game will be broadcast on MyLocalRadio.com by the voice of the Rich Rebels, Matthew Peterson. So if you're looking for a Lyman volleyball stream, you can find that again at MyLocalRadio.com as Matthew Peterson will take you through it. So the Rich Rebels running a little bit behind, but they will take on Lyman in the second game of the day here at the Star Valley Duels for the Eagles. Again, a big day for Lyman. Dominant scores in all three sets, 25-14, 25-11, and 25-16 to beat the Grizzlies of Grace out of Idaho. That brings us to the Dr. McKay Frankum precision play of the game. McKay Family Dentistry came in the second set as Raven Heaton was going to her right, out of bounds on the far side of the court. She was pretty much parallel to the hardwood, got a right fist on it and punched it over on the third touch for the Eagles. And that ended it, well, it didn't end, but it was part of a very long rally that the Eagles would go on to win to get another point. Really helped the Lyman momentum in that second set to get another big victory. That was their biggest margin of victory out of all three sets in this sweep win over Grace. So that was the McKay Frankum Precision Play of the Game, brought to you by McKay Frankum Dental Services, Precision Family Dentistry at reasonable rates. 170 Arrowhead Drive, number 1 in Evanston. Call 307-789-8910. Again, we are on the Eagle Volleyball post-game show. We will step aside one more time. When we come back, we'll have the roundup calendar, look at what's ahead for Bridger Valley Athletics, and then we'll sign off on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
There's a look at our roundup calendar in Bridger Valley Athletics for next week. Again, Thursday, we'll have Lyman football versus Rollins live right here on MyLocalRadio.com. That is a 5 p.m. start time, so the pregame show will start at 4:15 p.m. Again, MyLocalRadio.com will have it live for you. I'll be talking to you the whole way through. It's a big week for Bridger Valley Athletics. Almost everybody is in action between both teams cross country, Lyman golf, Lyman swim as well, and then Mountain View football will have their first regular season game. That'll be on the road at Evanston. So on Friday, over on the Bridger Valley side of things, I will be broadcasting Mountain View volleyball against Big Piney at 4 p.m. Pregame will be around 3:30 for that one. But if you want to watch Mountain View football after the volleyball game ends, you should head over to MyLocalRadio.com and tune into the Evanston broadcast with the voice of the Red Devils, Elon Olive. Will take you through that one as the Buffaloes start the regular season on the road against Evanston. Then September 5th, the big tournament for both volleyball clubs as Mountain View and Lyman both go to the Evanston duels, and we'll have all those games live for you on MyLocalRadio.com as well. So a big week in Bridger Valley Athletics. We will talk about all of it on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. on KNYN and 4:30 p.m. on KADQ, as well as on MyLocalRadio.com. On Valley Sports, we'll also have the Valley Viewpoints shows for you every weekday, 3:30 p.m. on KNYN, as well as online at MyLocalRadio.com. So that's a look at the roundup calendar for the upcoming week in Bridger Valley Athletics. Once again, our final score on this Benedict's Ace scoreboard. A clean sweep by Lyman against the Grace Grizzlies from Idaho. In their first game, they are now 1-0 on the season, so a good start for the Eagles. Again, 3-0 on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard. Join us on Thursday for Lyman football. Again, pregame will be at 4:15. We're excited to see the Eagles go to action. They're 1-0 after a big win over Malad. So join us then. Once again, I'm Colin Holt. Thank you so much for tuning in. A big thank you to all of our sponsors for making this possible on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Volleyball. We'll talk to you next time.
This broadcast has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Special thanks to Executive Producer Val Cook, Office Manager Kayleen Anderson, Sales Manager Julie Burley, Rich's Matthew Peterson, and Evanston's Elon Olive, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. And a big thank you to our fine sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to the First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. For archive games, talk shows, and interviews, visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like and follow My Local Radio Sports on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all things local athletics.